Welcome, friends, to the Winter Sun edition of the Square Spiral Garden. I tell you it's winter because it's not Halloween, even though my plants look like ghosts. So we've got a serious cold front coming down. Here's some mullein. Apple trees, I have not trimmed them like I said I was going to do because I understand that spring is a better time when the sap starts to run. So yeah, rosemary and oregano, which is not completely covered. I got a lot of little tiny greens, including the cilantro, wild garlic. These sheets were not big enough, so they're just a set of twin sheets, so I'm gonna turn them this way, and cover everything better and get a third sheet to cover the end. These are banana leaves from the banana tree, the hardy banana. I'm hoping that they will protect the greens. I also have, you can see, tomato cages laying down. That allows the cloth to tent up and give some space for the plants, and so that there's some air that can get warmer than the polar vortex. Here's the strawberry ziggurat. You can see where the strawberries survive the winter here. And got some wild geranium, which is pretty, but it will crowd things out. Yeah. Got some wild strawberry in here too. It's always hard to discern at this time of year between the strawberries we want and the strawberries we don't. I only have a little bit of leaf litter on the strawberries. Most of the leaf litter went to the other beds. I've been I've been burying the compost here. That was a recent compost. Here's the most recent. I did this today. So, still got some seed heads that the birds haven't eaten. There's the Cortland apple tree. This tarp I had on the future iris bed. I drew it over here so I can cover up my wonderful, glorious, gorgeous greens. I've also covered them with banana leaves, and you can see also the tomato cages. So again, it will make like a little tiny low greenhouse to help keep them insulated and warmer. It's supposed to get down possibly all the way to 0 Fahrenheit, which is, I don't know what centigrade, negative 20, negative 30, I don't know. But yeah, today is cold, but not that cold. It was about 25 this morning, Fahrenheit. So I think that's like negative 4, negative 5 centigrade. And the greens are doing okay. I had some for lunch today. But yeah, it's gonna get really freaking cold. The blueberries won't mind the cold. Whatever's under there won't mind the cold. But one thing I realized was this bed of leaves that I put down has kept things a little warmer. So this wild rose bush is leafing out again. But the coral rose, knockout rose that I've got behind the house is also leafed out again after the first frost and is still leafing out. So it's going to get quite a bad shock tomorrow when the bad temperature drop occurs. Now over here, speaking of things popping up in the middle of winter, it's my garlic, my greens garlic. Again, I think the leaves just kept them nice and warm, so they started to grow. That's unusual. They have not done that in the past. The ones down at the end of this row are doing the same thing. So these guys I've got covered. Those guys, I'm just gonna tell them come back in a couple months. Now, of course, what's below the leaf litter will probably survive the cold. But what's above will get frostbitten. Yes, that's a wine bottle. I'm going to use that to weight down the cloths. So, well, you know what? I was thinking it was the leaf litter, but these garlics are also coming up and they don't have the leaf litter. Aren't they enthusiastic? Today is I want to say the 13th of January. Maybe I should cut these down tomorrow and eat them with breakfast. Here's my hazelnut with its little catkins. There's a garlic seed head. Here in Tennessee, it gets really warm sometimes in December and January. I've seen it at 76 degrees the day after Christmas and also on New Year's Day. And that's really hard on plants because they think it's spring. They start growing. But it looks like the elderberry here is still pretty dry at the ends. So it's not budding out. That's good to see. I don't know what I'm going to do with these guys next year. I like this idea, but then I didn't have success with the actual vines. I put watermelon vines out here, thinking it would be good for them to grow across those lattices. And I didn't have a lot of success. It wasn't a total failure, but not the kind of success I was looking for, that's for sure. This is the wild end of the garden. There's some cannas here and the hardy banana right there. They didn't get very big this year because the asters really took over this area and the goldenrod. Look at that pretty fluffy little goldenrod seed. It's good to know that they're good and hardy. Here's the brown-eyed Susans. So, I wanted to update you too on how my tumbler's doing. I filled it with leaves, and I've been dropping coffee in here. Coffee grounds. About to. So they make the perfect compost from what I'm told. Mike McGrath says so, and I believe him. And it's a nice tumbler. I can roll it around the yard, roll, get them good and mixed up, bring it back, just sit it right here. And it's right next to the exit from the garden. My exit that has a fossil rock. Look at that. Middle Tennessee was a shallow sea a long time ago. The name's coincidental, of course. So here we go from the southern corner. There's the garden. Middle of winter. Oh, coming up on the middle of winter. Groundhog Day is actually the middle of the winter season. That fence is suffering from too much vine. Yeah, wish us luck, and I wish you well wish you well too, because this is some extreme weather we're gonna get. Maybe even snow, but they always say that. All right, be well.